Achtung, meine Herren und Damen. Today we talk about German Black Death. Well, kind of hybrid metal. Stellar Master Elite has come out with their fourth album, and goddamn, this digipack looks fine as any. The band usually, well, previously that is, released their albums with going just like 1, 2, or 3 kind of Roman numerals. But this time they have abandoned that thing, and this is just called Hologram Temple, no number 4 or whatever mentioned. As you can see, this is a pretty goddamn thick cardboard, almost like unable to keep it closed because it's so thick. Very, very nice material. I just have to show it to you again. Very, very feels like nice, nicer than some vinyl, in fact. Then again, the CD itself is very minimal in design, which I guess complements the packaging here. And so the true cover, I guess, which is also on the background on my television screen, is here, a kind of a poster rather than booklet. And well, inside we have this design once again, just folded, no lyrics, no band pictures, no whatsoever, kind of creating the level of mysticism here, which then again also fits the band very well. Now, Stellar Master Elite may sound like a character taken from some, I don't know, online role-playing game or sci-fi fiction movie, but it's actually, if I remember correctly, taken from Thorn's album, a Thorn song, and well, I guess it kind of fits this band very well because Stellar Master Elite is a name that kind of indicates sort of a space thing, and that's exactly what is going on here. Now, this is kind of a hybrid album that is kind of very hard to label, or box in any one place because it certainly includes a lot of black metalish ideas. It certainly includes lots of death metalish ideas. There's also some thrash metal kind of a things, riffs mainly, and also drone, that is that electronic music with, kind of a droning sounds. Almost like ambient, but then again, not exactly. But the most of the album, when it comes to riffs and, just creations, which we call songs here, is kind of a black death metal hybrid. Much like Behemoth, but then again, not so much to that particular direction because Stellar Master Elite is at the same time going to this dronish kind of a, place or atmosphere where everything is more like, I'm not gonna say it sounds like dark space, but kind of has this space-like atmosphere, kind of a dark place where everything is just, like stars and darkness. I don't know if this makes any sense to you, but you should be getting an idea of what I'm talking about here. Now, some of these riffs included on the album are very, very traditional, should I say, extreme metal riffs. And as such, it kind of makes this album very, very interesting because it's a kind of a fusion elements. Think of Fusion Kitchen. But then again, it's also like these elements are not, how to say, they're not phobic of each other. They are just, mix and match, kind of like Lego bricks of different colors. At first you're like, those are not gonna match. But then again, suddenly it becomes this creation which is way better than the sum of these elements are more than, what they would be without each other. And these dronies elements, since used layers as such, then again also fill the gaps and create kind of a bridges between riffs and thus make this album feel very stellar. Now, there are no big mistakes when it comes to the music and the compositions and whatnot, but I think the last track, which is something like 15 minutes, is way too much. Now, overall, this album is a little bit too much here and there. This would actually benefit of, having shorter creations, more impactful rather than being kind of a prolonged parts of metal music, and this ending track is just like too much. It's like it's not taking this album any place better. Everything that is good on this album has happened prior to this ending track. So that could have been removed, and this album maybe would mean more compact and as such more powerful. It's not a bad track, but it's the weakest one. Now, combining these kind of different elements, different genres and whatever, is not always so easy to find proper production. Different styles demand different approach, but Sailor Master Elite has actually succeeded in making all these parts work together just fine. And overall, this album is quite strong. I cannot too much underline the fact that this is very, very fascinating album, if not just great album as a whole. But definitely something interesting is, inside, because I think this bass-like feeling with these extreme metal styles combined into one is something that most bands are not gonna do ever. So Stellar Master Elite is not just one of those death black metal bands, but more like one of the bands which are just not your typical bands of the kind of fusion genre or hybrid genre. So go check it out. I think it's totally deserving your time because it's a kind of unique breed, and as such, I like it. And if you like it, get this digipack release. It's beautiful and should complement your record collection just nicely. Thank you for watching. Should you have liked the review, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so far, and always looking forward your comments about this particular band and album. See ya, and bye bye.